The top two stories, I love this. It's basically what your bosses hate about their employees and what the employees hate about their bosses.
Exactly. So very interesting list. It basically makes if you read them together, it sounds like The Office is this horrible cauldron
Yes.
of seething hatred where people don't trust each other. But if you
look,
look,
it's not.
exactly. This is why I come here instead of going into work every morning. The list basically say, look, bosses, when they look at their employees, they see people who are unreliable, who are gossipy, who do their personal business while at work. Mm-hmm. And employees look at their bosses and say, you don't trust me, you don't respect me, you treat me like a cog. There's some good lessons in both of these lists. You should basically.
Like what?
Well, for instance, if you're a boss, you can't look at your employees as being someone who just just does the job. You need to think about what makes them, what are they passionate about? How can you give them a voice? And if you're an employee, you need to look at your boss and realize your boss is trying to do a lot. He is or she is carrying a very heavy load. You need to be reliable. You need to get the things done you said you were going to get done, and you need to not come up with excuses.
Right.
I think that one of the best lessons from this, from an employee standpoint, is you're there to make your boss's life a little bit easier.
Yes.
Don't overload them. And from the other way, the boss needs to look down and say, your employees aren't there to make your life easier. You need to think about their lives too. How can you make sure they're being fulfilled while at work?
Well, that's good advice.
Or we're all going to quit, and there's going to be no one left at these companies.
Right. And the unemployment rate's going to go up.
Exactly.
Okay. The other story that I think was interesting, which lit up on LinkedIn, was about Instagram. That was
Yes.
the third top story.
Instagram, every Instagram story has caught fire. The idea that Instagram basically said, look, we have the right now to take all of your photos, to use them as advertisements. We're going to sell them to advertisers. People went crazy over that. I'm going to cancel my account. Why is Instagram doing this? There were a lot of questions about about announcing a business plan this way, about just changing the terms of service as a way to say, actually, we are changing our entire business.
Yeah.
So there was kind of strategy questions and also privacy questions. And in an era where people get things for free, is this the way everything is going?